Given the title of this video, it's clear that it contains manga spoilers, as we will be analyzing every loss Ippo Makunouchi has faced throughout his boxing career. We'll examine not only his professional bouts, but also highlight some significant sparring sessions. These defeats will be evaluated from various perspectives, including technique, endurance, skill, motivation, and crucially, health. Let's begin. The first notable defeat of Ippo was against Date Eiji. In terms of technical skills, Date clearly had the upper hand, employing advanced techniques such as the corkscrew blow and precise strikes to disorient his opponents. Date also mastered his jab, distance management, and impressive footwork. In endurance, however, Ippo clearly had the advantage. He could withstand far more punishment. Yet Date's resistance shouldn't be underestimated, as he endured numerous powerful strikes from Ippo thanks to sheer determination. Regarding destructive power, Ippo was undeniably stronger, but Date compensated for this with precise punches and vast experience. Date had years of boxing experience, including 2 Japanese championships, a Pacific title, and even a world title challenge. This extensive experience gave him a considerable edge. Perhaps the most decisive factor in this loss was mentality. Ippo saw the fight as an opportunity against a boxer he admired greatly, whereas Date considered Ippo merely another step toward his true goal, Ricardo Martinez. Another critical defeat came in a sparring session against Sendo Takeshi. This happened shortly after Vorg's match against Mike Elliott, which inspired both fighters deeply. Although technically superior, Ippo faced Sendo's immense destructive power. However, the crucial difference was Ippo's declining physical health, raising questions among peers like Mashiba and Sendo himself about Ippo's mental and physical condition. Even Takamura sensed deep insecurities within Ippo. Next, Ippo faced defeat against Alfredo Gonzalez. While Alfredo was clearly superior in technical skill, Ippo retained his advantage in endurance. But Alfredo dominated in terms of health and motivation. Alfredo had a clear objective, a rematch against Ricardo Martinez. Conversely, Ippo merely wanted to test his abilities and demonstrate his training, lacking a strong determination to win. At this point, Ippo also showed alarming health symptoms resulting from prior matches against Wally and Kojima. This undoubtedly impacted his confidence and performance. Alfredo ultimately triumphed due to his unwavering determination. Sendo later faced the same situation and overcame Alfredo's strongest attacks thanks to his clear motivation, contrasting significantly with Ippo's state during their encounter. Ippo's next humiliating defeat came during a sparring session against Ryuichi Nagumo, a Japanese junior featherweight world-ranked fighter. Shockingly, Ippo seemed unable to absorb even minor blows, repeatedly hitting the canvas and displaying serious health issues. To clarify this condition, we can reference Ryuichi Hajime, who developed a glass jaw due to accumulated damage and insufficient recovery time. Ippo seemed to be experiencing similar symptoms during this sparring. Ippo's last official defeat was against Antonio Guevara. Technically, in endurance, experience, and destructive power, Ippo far surpassed Antonio. However, his deteriorated health was the decisive factor. While many attribute his loss to an obsession with the Dempsey roll, the reality was more complex. Ippo chose the Dempsey roll because it was the last technique he perfected with his trainer Kamogawa, aiming more to demonstrate their efforts rather than secure a win. Furthermore, Ippo suspected he was showing symptoms of pugilistic dementia, severely affecting his mental state and motivation. Thus, Ippo's true defeat stemmed from his critical physical and mental health condition. Yet, this video won't conclude on a sad note. Currently, Ippo has significantly improved technique, possibly greater physical endurance, and importantly, improved health. The only missing element is his motivation, currently insufficient to even consider returning to the ring. However, when his determination returns, we will see an Ippo who has strengthened all the weaknesses that previously led to defeat. Good night, champ.